Welcome to the second part of this live broadcast. Our socials at KBC Channel 1, my Twitter handle at Tomboya24. Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action Cabinet nominee Aisha Jumwa has defended herself from graft, murder, land and academic qualification cases leveled against her, saying that they were politically instigated. Aisha, who was the third nominee to appear before the appointment committee on day 2 of the vetting exercise, said that DPP has already dropped one of the cases and she'll soon be vindicated of any wrongdoing.
Former Malindi MP Aisha Jumwa was taken to task to explain her suitability to lead the Public Service Ministry, with the vetting committee raising concerns about her integrity.
A case to do with murder that occurred in a home of an opponent where she stormed together with her team. A case of misappropriation of NGCDF funds. A civil case by a Mr. Devshi Naran Kambi for fraudulent acquisition of his land. Numerous verbal altercations, Mr. Speaker, that we have seen.
Do you own a gun? And have you ever handled one?
I don't own a gun. I'm not a gun holder. And I don't know even the names of the guns in this country. They were politically instigated. And I'm happy because this country is a country of laws. The DPP dropped the case that is touching on the misappropriation of funds.
An emotional Jumwa narrated her treacherous climb to the top, accusing her political detractors of attempting to derail her success.
So, Mr. Chairman, I was at home. There were absolutely no prospects to expand my horizons. So, Mr. Chairman, I got married off.
Jumwa defended her academic qualifications, saying her achievements should be an inspiration to many.
I just want you to clarify how you are able to get the Executive Master in Business Administration, EMBA, from JKUAT in 2015 before attaining your bachelor's degree.
These actually are not academic certificates. These are sort of honorary to businessmen, to leaders, to people like this.
You know, and I'm asking myself, if you are in Pokot, for example, can you really get a D- and get a degree? What is the road of getting that degree?
We were not that detailed and we were not asking other nominees exactly the grade, what they got, so why should we harass the nominee?
From where he comes from, Mr. Chairman, there are challenges, and those girls there, they are looking at him like if you get a D-, you have no hope in life. That is end of view. I want to encourage those girls from West Pokot that they can get somewhere. Let them be encouraged and see Mheshimiwa Singh as an enemy of progress.
Energy and Petroleum CS nominee Davis Chirchir also appeared before the Moses Wetangula-led committee, where the ghost of the chicken gate scandal reawakened.
Would you be privy to the outcome of those investigations? What became of those investigations now that you are not reappointed to cabinet in 2017?
You've indicated that you stepped aside, or you are forced to step aside. Because I was in the House then, 2015, when the President came to Parliament and read the names of those who had fallen short of the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
The investigations were completed, and I did manage to get documentation to prove that those who were found culpable were charged, and I was not one of them, Mr. Chairman. I think the only challenge is really, yes, it was in the public domain. I do also expect that my members of parliament to defend me to some very good extent that I should not have been out for several years on an allegation and a file that had been closed.
Chirchir, who said his net worth was 482 million Kenya shillings, said there is need to relook the distribution of power to lower costs. CS Interior nominee Professor Kithure Kindiki said quelling banditry and taming organized crime will be top of his agenda in efforts to sustain peace in conflict-prone areas.
That I will make whatever sacrifices that are required to be made. I will stay focused until this problem is over. Even if it means Honorable Naisula coming to live in the North Rift. Not for a week, not for a month.
The only time as a country we behave shocked or surprised is when we lose our security personnel, and only when we lose more than 2 or 3 lives. When will one life be too many to lose in the northern parts of this country?
Professor Kindiki told Parliamentary Committee on Appointments that rampant banditry and cattle rustling are slowing the socio-economic growth of many parts of the country. Former Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria defended himself against accusations that he has repeatedly violated Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Kuria said he is fit to hold public office. Kamche Menza for Prime Edition.